PM versus vendor. Team play for success.
I'm Gabriela and I have been a certified bilingual translator English to French and Romanian since 2010. I consider myself a beyond words vendor and I love being close to my PMs.
I'm Lucía Gutiérrez, a localization project manager with almost 10 years of experience. I have worked in many different LSPs with many different hats, but always focusing on project management, as it is the job I enjoy the most.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Gabriela. Hello, everyone.
We are back for another episode, and today we have a special guest, someone you love, someone maybe you hate. So let's see.
Yeah, and I personally love and hate at the same time. It's a really controversial topic that is being discussed everywhere in the industry nowadays. Conferences, LinkedIn, podcasts, in any place you can think about. And as you might have imagined, it's about AI, or more specifically, ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. And while we have a lot of posts and publication, and as you said, postcard about ChatGPT, we don't have perspective from both sides, from a PM and from a vendor, which we always find this very interesting to have both sides tete-a-tete. So let's see. For example, from my side as a vendor, I must say that at first, maybe I panic a little, not very much, because I'm married to technology. So we have already technology on us, and I have this, let's say, access to AI tools, etc. But yeah, at first I was like, maybe this is the end of the freelance business, of the translation sector, etc. I even had my mom saying that translator will disappear in some years. So at the end of the day, yeah, I was a big I was wondering if it will be so powerful that I will be out of job. But then I realized that ChatGPT is a tool, not a replacement. And if we adopt some I don't know, some types of thinking, and we see it like a assistant, it can really boost our productivity and even creativity. It will not erase them. So it's a way of how we see it. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. And from the PM point of view, I think you can correlate more or less. Some PMs were scared, some PMs were using it as an assistant. And I think from the PM perspective, that's the right approach, to use it as an assistant. That also meant that you had to recalibrate your workflows, your timelines. It's pretty much a similar situation of what happened when MT came on board from the PM perspective. However, the thing is that AI can do much more than just translating. So you need to recalibrate, and you can also use AI to improve your workflows, your QA system, or things like that. So yeah, from the PM perspective, you had to once again adapt and think about workflows again.
Yeah. And also when it comes to ChatGPT, for example, I'm a vendor, okay? Because we said we have clear jobs. You are a PM, I'm a vendor. So we have, even if we interact with many tasks, we have clear jobs, responsibilities, things to do. So as a vendor, I have to promote myself. I have to promote my business, and this is something maybe we'll talk in a future episode. That even if we call ourselves a freelancer, a vendor, an independent, a translator, we have a business, even if it's a freelance. So we have to brand ourselves. We have to brand the business. Maybe you have a brand name, maybe you have a logo. So you have to write a LinkedIn post or social media post. Maybe you have to you like doing videos. Maybe you have, I don't know, a strategy when it comes to your online presence. So here is my question: do you do it from scratch? You write everything from scratch, you create everything, every video from scratch, every image from scratch, or you are willing to use AI tools or ChatGPT to help you write faster, create videos that will promote your business? So I really believe that we can use ChatGPT to promote ourselves without losing our authenticity, without losing our voice, without losing our intelligence. It's still us at the end of the day, and you have to promote yourself. Even you have a lot of clients. We said it again before, and we will say it more. Even if you have clients, even if you have regular work, you still need to promote yourself. So for me, ChatGPT and other AI tools are a good way to keep promoting yourself as a vendor or freelancer or independent, as you wish.
Yes, and that also goes for companies, really. It all depends. Obviously, we are not saying here that you just put that prompt on ChatGPT and then you publish what you get. No, that's not the approach. However, this is something that you need to explain to clients sometimes, because now clients are coming to LSPs or to project managers just saying, "No, can't we just use AI for this?" And then you need to explain over and over again the value of human quality. And this is something that I feel disappointed sometimes, because I can see a lot of freelancers on LinkedIn saying like, "Oh, you only send AI jobs, you are ruining the industry." Well, no, LSPs are trying to explain the value of human quality. However, with all this technological revolution, I think we should shift our mindset towards a quality framed project. So if you don't want that much quality and you don't care, you just need to get it translated, then okay, you can use AI. If you want a lot of quality, then consider human translation. And if you want something in between, do a hybrid. So I think you need to set the expectation once again with the client, right? And you need to educate clients on what is working and what is not.
Yeah, I totally agree. And when it comes to clients, before maybe saying that sometimes it's very helpful to use ChatGPT, I have a question for you, Lucia. You know that I'm asking you questions for my colleagues. So as a PM, are you against freelancer using ChatGPT to translate? This is one part of the question. Or to get ideas? Which one you prefer, or you prefer both, or you are against both?
To get ideas, that's 100% okay. Then to translate, that depends. If I am paying you for a human translation, I would expect it to be totally human. Because, in the same way as with machine translation, when you read a translation already that is done for you, your creativity lowers.
Okay.
So, because once you've read something, that translation gets stuck in your head, and sometimes it's difficult to get away from that. So, if you are getting paid for a human translation, then I wouldn't be expecting you to use ChatGPT and then do a post editing.
Yeah, and this links to my future. My next point is that people think that if they use ChatGPT to post editing or to rephrase more, actually to rephrase something, you are not sure if that content will be saved someplace. So it's a risk. Therefore, as you said, if you are paid for a human translation, you should do the translation, because maybe the content you are rephrasing, or it will end in a place where you don't want, and the client will be very mad at the end of the day, because you
Data protection is one thing.
Yeah.
It's also true that I have the understanding, I'm not too sure about this, but I have the understanding that if you are paying for ChatGPT, then they are not using your data
Okay.
like
I didn't
outside.
know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, you taught me
I
something.
think so. I think so. That if you have the premium subscription, then they are not using your data. They are just using your data to train the models. But as you know, training the model doesn't mean that the information is going to be out there.
Okay. But you feel it, you as a PM, when someone use it, you feel that it's ChatGPT
If it's a
output.
language I can speak, yes. Yes. Sometimes you feel it. And then sometimes, even if it's not a language you can speak, I have a funny story. And
Okay.
this was a translation that I received, and it was into Italian. It was English into Italian. I don't speak Italian, but as you know, Spanish and Italian, they are
Very close.
similar and
Yeah.
they are close. So it was a list of countries, and you had different countries. You know, Poland, Ukraine, Bosnia, and then you had Turkey. And I could see that in the Italian translation, Turkey was translated as the animal.
That's a null case of mistranslation. Oh my god.
Yes, and then when I sent it back to a translator, I said, like, listen, I know you've been using machine translation because there is no other explanation for this. I'm
Mm.
disappointed because I paid you for human translation and this shouldn't be happening. In any case, I'm sorry, but I'm really strict with that. If I'm paying you for human translation and you decide to use MT or whichever machine you are using, then you need to do an excellent post editing. And I get no excuses because you shouldn't have used it on the first time.
And from my side, that's very sad because we have tools to revise our work. And sometimes even desktop tools, they are not online, to double check if you if the work is correct. So it's sad that they don't they want to use AI or ChatGPT or other tools, but they don't do even the effort to double check. Okay, you want to work as faster, you want to use tools, even maybe if it's forbidden by the client, but at least take the time to do the final check, the final QA. So yeah, I find it I found it a bit I don't know, from my side as a vendor, I find it a bit like lazy. I don't want to say it, but a bit lazy. And when it comes to feeling that if it's AI or not, there is a lot of discussion. Maybe we will expand it in another episode because, for example, yesterday I read a post on LinkedIn saying that they checked the Declaration of Independence of America, and the analysis said that it was AI written. I don't know what to think about that. We will do a research, but as maybe as a
Gabriela,
final, yeah.
if I had a penny for all the times that I've been said this is machine translation and it wasn't, I would be rich right now.
Yes.
But from the client side, from the translator side, you don't know how many reviewers have come back to me saying, oh, this is machine translation, and it was actually translated by a human.
It reminds me a video with a man and a wife when she picks some tomatoes, she puts them in the bag, and then the man, she takes out the tomato, she gives to the his wife, and she said, no, not this one, but it was picked before by her. So we never know. I think this is when it comes to communication and even learning maybe new skills, we shouldn't fear the AI, we shouldn't fear the ChatGPT. We need to communicate more and maybe even learn new skills, have new expectations, and maybe for today's episode, like a final point from my side as a vendor, learn learn again to communicate, learn to have a more transparent way when it comes to ChatGPT. For example, you are working with a new client and they didn't specify if they want machine translation, if they want human translation. Okay, you will not ask, can I use ChatGPT or can I use a certain tool? But maybe see their approach. Maybe if they are because I have a client who is sometimes asking for MTP, sometimes they are asking for translations. It means that they are open to AI. They are open to ChatGPT, because I see the MTP they're sending, it's from ChatGPT. So I think that we need to learn to communicate, if it makes sense.
Yes, not only to communicate, but I think ChatGPT or AI is not going to disappear, and it's another technological revolution. It's the same as when the PC came on board. Everyone was scared, but it was just a change of mindset. People are not doing the same things that we're doing before the computer, I mean. So here it will be the same. You won't be doing the same things you were doing before AI. So for me, the best advice would be, if you want to keep growing in this industry, don't resist to change. Change is going to happen always. So try to adapt. That means that maybe if you don't feel comfortable with post editing, you can do a post editing course, or you can learn how to do better prompts with AI so that you can get better results. I don't know, you can even try to evaluate. There are training models. There are a lot of freelance positions like that. And that can help you understand what's behind AI and language learn and LLMs, sorry. So I think it's better to adapt if you want to carry on in this industry than to resist. And that's my piece of advice.
Yeah. And as last question, again, sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions today. So for me, I advise translators to learn new tools, to learn about MTP, even if they don't use it, but at least learn about it. But what's your opinion? Should they start loving MTP, or they should, if you don't love, you don't do it? Should they be 100%? No, maybe I'm rephrasing it. If they don't like MTP, should they continue like that, or they should give it a try, or at least learn about it?
I think they should give it a try, because at the end of the day, they are closing doors to themselves if they decide not to do post editing. As you said at the beginning of this episode, each freelancer is a business owner, and they have the power to decide in which direction they want to take their business. My take is that the more open you are to new technologies, the better you're gonna succeed in the future. But that's my personal opinion.
And I agree 100%, and it makes a really good conclusion for our episode. I understand that they hate some things, that they don't agree with some things, but being open, I think it's a good step.
Yes, you need to keep an open mind, and instead of closing doors, try to see the other side or give it a try. That doesn't mean that you need to take all the post editing projects that land into your inbox, but consider trying and consider doing it from time to time, because as we can all see, this is rising.
Yeah. So let us in comments if ChatGPT is an ally, a friend, an enemy, someone you fear. I know it's fear, it's a big word, but it's a human word, a human feeling. So yeah, thank you for listening to us, and
thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Till next time. Bye-bye.
What you've heard are just our personal opinions. We by no means intend to impose our personal views on anyone. Feel free to disagree, throw tomatoes at us, or just drop a comment to let us know. Thank you!